Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Nick Smith Center for today's event. It's the 2023 Arn Prior Packers Prospect Camp on the RA Sports Network. My name is Ryan Woods, and today is our first live stream, and it's exciting. If you're unfamiliar with my work, I was the play-by-play voice for the Arn Prior Packers Junior B team last season when they went to the second round of the EOJHL playoffs and fell to the eventual champion Perth Blue Wings in 4 games. So today, you'll have to bear with me as I am operating with about 40% of my vocal range as I lost my voice this week, but we're here to have some fun today. Our first game of the morning will be Team White versus Team Black. You'll recognize a few names if you watched any of the games last year. There's a few players who made a couple appearances throughout the season. Matt Ostapek on Team White, he'll be wearing number 4. You'll recognize number 8, Colton Osipenko. And it'll be 5-on-5 with 3 running 20-minute periods. And on Team Black, number 5 is Anthony Hatzatheodosio as we're underway. Puck off the draw, up the right side, played in around the boards. Picking it up in the far corner is John Laporte, and it's kept it at the blue line. Pass off to the far side. McGarry unable to make a play, takes a hit along the boards and keeps the play in. 2-on-1 in tight off a skate of Hunter Duguay. Backhand around the end boards, and Team Black will break out with their first offensive possession. A nice defensive play there for Team White, and it's out to center ice and played in by Finn Barton. Pass out to center ice. Tumber drops it back into the defensive end, and it's out on goal all the way down to the far end. Skiera fires at the length of the ice. Battle behind Team Black's net. In the near corner, bounces out to the near face-off circle. Played down low by Peterson. At the far corner now, Team White cycles it back to the point. Pass off for Skiera. Skiera with some stick handling and gets it down to the near corner. Deflection in front, goes through the slot all the way to the far corner. And making the play in the far corner is Louis Tumber. Tipped off the glass. Hatzatheodosio almost knocked it down, but it was skated out by Roberts to center ice and played off the glass. Played behind the net. Carson Garrett will play the first period of this game for Team White between the pipes. And on the opposite end for Team Black, it's Carter Overhoff. Team Black will skate it out, chip it off the boards. Oliver in his own end through center ice, unable to connect on the pass. Icing called against Team White. Face-off will come back down to our right. Face-off played out to the point, but it's one possession for Team Black. Played around the boards by John Laporte. Off a skate in the far corner. Down low, Latour. With the fine Marcotte at the right point. And Team Black gets it out. Icing called once again against Team White. Face-off will be to the left of Carson Garrett, who spent last season with the Perth Blue Wings U18 B team. Played in 17 games with a 3.86 goals against average. Puck along the boards on the far side. Dolliver with a move. Plays it between the feet, and it's up. Stripped just outside the offensive blue line. Ben Watzenbog with the steal on that most recent play in the neutral zone. Battle in front of the Team Black bench. And down the right side, played in. Reberts played it out in front, fired off the boards, race for the puck. Out to play it. Overhoff stretches it out to the offensive blue line. Playing it around the boards. Hayden Frost over to the far side, and Team White breaks back out to center ice. Beauregard gets it into the opposite corner, and making the hit in the far corner, Ryan Humphreys takes his man to the ice. Team White with a shot out from the far corner. It's a right kick save by Overhoff. Rebound behind the net, out in front, unable to connect on the pass, and Team Black able to work the counter-attack. Open ice hit by Ostapik, and a shot in front over top of the net, hits the glass. Some stick handles from Ryan Wallace. Pass out to the far blue line. Chipped away by Hatsa Theodosio. A move to enter the offensive zone. Inez with a shot wide. Rebound played back to the point, and it'll come outside to center ice. Hatsa Theodosio. Tape-to-tape pass over to the far side. Across the blue line. Down low. Off a stick, out towards the slot one time, and it's a right toe save from Garrett. Played around the boards by Ostapik. Liebert stripped of the puck, and it's a race for the puck. Into the offensive zone. Peterson played it over to the far side, and now Team Black will look to work the breakout D-to-D pass. And it finds its way to Frost at center ice. Reberts now down the right side, cuts back at the hash marks. Pass back to the point for Hudon. Hudon on goal, and it's stopped by Garrett, who hangs on for a face-off as we're now 6:30 into the opening period. Score remains 0-0. Reberts will take the face-off for Team Black, and it's won by Team White. Hayden Latour with the face-off win. Race down the left side. Ryan Marcotte centering pass, and unable to pull the trigger on the far side. Gasquez just couldn't get that one in the wheelhouse. Unable to fire it on goal, but Team White still with possession as it's back to the right point and played down low by Skiera. Puck off the boards to the near side. Played back down low. Looking for it is Marcotte. On the backhand. Through the air, out to Team White's end. Stretched bank pass off the boards. Icing waved off. Team Black. It's a nice hand-eye there. That was Bose with the hand-eye to break out the breakout pass, knock it down, and keep it in the offensive zone. And now Team White will just continue to pressure in the offensive zone. Hurst back off the boards down low. Beauregard cycles it down low for Dolliver, back to the near corner, and played out. Looks like it's going to go on goal, the length of the ice, and Garrett plays it to the far corner. Off the boards over the near side for Hurst. Hurst back over. Dolliver up the right side, and Bowes into the corner. Both Bowes and Dolliver wearing number 15 for Team White this afternoon, so The way to tell those players apart is that Dolliver is wearing Tyson Virch's number 15 jersey from last season. Shot by Reberts on goal. Garrett makes the save. Backhand play to keep the puck in by Hatzitheodosio. Out in front off a skate. And passing over to the far side was Beauregard. Team went unable to enter the offensive zone. Pass back into the right end. Dolliver over to the right side. Deflected ahead. Hatzitheodosio one-on-one has to keep the puck to the outside. Nice body positioning to protect that puck and skate it through the defensive zone and get some help to break it out. McGarry over to the right side. Pass bounces back down low off a skate now. Into the far corner. Pass back to the point. Shot blocked. And a nice battle inside the blue line as the puck comes back out to center ice. Corbin Wright gets the puck deep. Gasquez knocked to the ice behind the goal line, but gets right back up and tries to tuck it in on the near side. The whistle goes as Garrett sealed that near post and kept the puck out as we're now midway through the first period. Great second effort by Felix Gasquez to bounce right back up, find the loose puck, and try to jam it home. On the far side, just came outside the blue line, and now chasing it is Ryan Wallace in the far corner. Finds the loose puck and passes back to the point. Shot through traffic, turned aside by Overhoff. And Team Black gets it back out to center ice. McGarry over to the far side. Team Black with some stick handling. Watson-Bog cuts back at the far face-off circle, and it's poked off his stick. Scale behind the net, and it's a race forward in the near corner. Team Black, Latour, out to center ice. Played right back in by Laporte. Knocked away. And Watson-Bog at center ice. Will float it into the near corner, and chasing after it is McGarry. Played out to center ice. Hatzitheodosio carries the puck back in to the offensive zone, but a couple of Black players were trapped offside. So we get a stoppage with 11:40 gone in the opening period. And Team White only had 4 skaters on the ice, and they're not short-handed, so they're allowed a 5th player on. So onto the ice came Ryan Marcotte, and play continues. Pass back for Laporte. Played over to the far side, kept in by Hatzitheodosio off the end boards. Racing to keep it in is Laporte. And it's a pass out to center ice. 1-on-2. Is Felix Gasquez shot, and it's turned aside by Overhoff. Reberts off the boards for Tumber. Pass up the right side. Frost able to come up and force the turnover. Nearly a turnover in front of Overhoff, but Team Black recovers. Reberts knocked off the puck, and it comes out to center ice. A move to the outside by Tumber, and Tumber chases it down low. Backhand clearing attempt out to center ice. Right over the far side. Puck comes back to Hudon. Hudon pass out to center ice. And Team White will skate back into the end, but it's a misplay and a recovery on the far side. Puck knocked towards the net and knocked away from harm's way by Gasquez. Team Black into the slot. Pass back to the point. A move towards the middle, broken up, and bows out down the left side. Tries to cut it on goal. Centering pass. Unable to connect with Finn Barton. From the right face-off circle, centering pass, shot on goal. Overhoff with the left pad save. Keeps this game scoreless. Team White into the slot. Another shot and a kick save from Overhoff. A couple of saves on this shift as Team White looks to up the ante. Off the boards. Kept in by Wallace. Over to the right face-off circle. Backhand shot through the crease to the near corner. Unable to tuck that one past Overhoff as Team White really applying the pressure. A turnover now, and Team Black out to center ice, but it's out of the reach of Dinez. Breakout pass, Bows out to center ice. Team Black with a center ice turnover, and Bows cuts to the backhand in the offensive zone, puts on the brakes, and gets the puck deep. In the near corner, Reberts skates behind the Black net. Has to turn on a dime and break out on the near side. Watson-Bog over the blue line. Nice behind the back pass over to the far side, but Team Black unable to maintain possession. Marcotte into the offensive zone. Puck knocked off his stick, but keeps on applying pressure down low. Reberts able to pull out the loose puck and turn things back the other way. A toe drag at center ice by Blake Egan, but unable to gain the offensive zone. Bouncing puck in the Black end, settled down by Duguay. Duguay behind the Black net. Stick handles out on the near side. Up the right side, Tumber trying to gain inside position, but strong work on the white end from Skiera to keep the play to the outside and get the puck back out to neutral ice and back down to the Black end. Stick lift at center ice. Puck goes by a few players on the far side. Unable to connect on the pass was Latour. Bouncing puck now, Latour with possession over the blue line. Walks in the middle, shot on goal, Overhoff with the save. Bounces out in front of him, and he jumps on top of the rebound for a whistle with 3:17 left to play. Overhoff with some real nice saves on the last shift as Team White had lots of possession. Overhoff played last season with the Ottawa Valley Silver 7 U16 AA team in 14 games. He was 10-4 with a 2.76 goals against average. Icing called against Team Black. And with 2:46 left to play in our opening period, the faceoff will come back down to the left. Puck played back into the white zone. Out to center ice. Bouncing puck. Turned over. Frost plays it back into the Black end. Right through center ice. Puck knocked away. Reberts settles it down. Poked off his stick. Back into the white end. Pass fired off the boards. And it's played ahead by Beauregard. Team Black back up to the center ice line. A move at the blue line. And Black turns it over. Tumber down the left side, cuts back and gets the puck deep. Chip pass behind the net by Hurst. And it's out to center ice, but out of the reach of Wallace. And icing called as Wright was back on that one. Battle off the draw in the near corner. Puck pinned up against the boards and comes back out towards the blue line, but it's kept in by Laporte. In the far side. Bowes plays it behind the net. And Wallace gets it out to center ice for Bowes over the blue line. Pass over to the right side. Blocker save by Overhoff. And it's fired the length of the ice by Team Black. Icing called with 38 seconds to go in the period. Face-off won by Team Black. Laporte behind the net with some help from Dinez. Dinez with a move on the far side and plays it out to center ice. Laporte passes ahead with 4 seconds left now. It's stolen by Wallace out in front of the net as time it had expired. There was no buzzer. So time expires in the first period. The last few seconds that play that transpired there were after 0 seconds was already on the clock. So it appeared maybe to have been a dangerous opportunity at the end of the period for Team Black, but time would have already have been expired in today's prospect camp from Arnprior. A scoreless first period on RA Sports Network. Some solid goaltending in the first period as Garrett made some nice saves in the first half of that period, and then towards the end of the first period, Overhoff put on a nice display of goaltending as well. Really liked his pad work with the kick saves to the corner. There was one shot up high there that jumped out in front of him, and he was able to jump on top of the rebound. So nice work by both goaltenders in the first period to keep this game scoreless. And coming in for the second period in net for Team White is Carter Zomers. And for Team Black will be Austin Gerber. Zomers spent last season with the Pembroke Lumber Kings U18 AAA team. Played 23 games with an .864 save percentage. And Austin Gerber was with the Ottawa Valley Silver 7 U18 AA with a 2.68 goals against average over 16 games last season. Back underway for the second period, another 20-minute running time period. Team Black out to the near face-off circle, kept it at the point. Shot through traffic attempted by Ostapik. Didn't make its way through to the net. Behind the net now, Hatza with some speed down the right side. Up to the offensive blue line, but it's poked away from Egan. Egan with some nice work to keep the cycle alive. Hatza fired one on goal, and it went to the far point. Kept in by Laporte. Battle down low. Watson-Bog ran out of room on the far side, and it's played up to center ice one-on-one. And Humphreys down the right side, kept to the outside by Houdon. Houdon behind his net. Off the boards. Into the white zone. Played behind the net by Gasquez. Broken up. And played ahead for Humphreys. And the puck deflected off his stick down towards the black end. Corbin Wright with a pass out to the blue line. Picked off by Beauregard. Beauregard's shot blocked. Rebound behind the net for Latour. Latour off the dasher, and it's out back to center ice. Couple of moves by Latour. Latour in front of his net, and it's a giveaway inside the blue line, but poked back out to center ice. Loose puck up for grabs. Hudon out of the air, glove down by Osipenko inside the blue line on the far side. Team Black comes back, and it's Reberts separating Team White from the puck and starting the breakout. Stretch pass up to the blue line. Tumber in the far corner. Lost positioning, and it's going down the far side. Laporte cuts back, creates some room for himself on the far side. Some stick handling, and a wrestling match along the boards on the far side. That was like a Japanese hip toss from New Japan Pro Wrestling. A little bit of a hold there, but no penalty. I don't know if they're doing penalties this afternoon or penalty shots, or maybe if we continue to see that, a little bit of nothing. Puck off the boards out to center ice. Dolliver up the far side, and it's picked off by Team Black in a trip inside the blue line, and Team Black gets set up in the offensive zone. Bowes fires it out to center ice, and it was knocked down by Duguay. Bouncing puck settled down. Puck knocked past Inez out to center ice. Fired in by Laporte. Zommers steers it to the corner. Bouncing puck on Barton. And it's poked away from Bowes. Down the right side comes Watson-Bog. Watson-Bog shoots. Misses the net, and the puck goes up out of play with 4:11 gone in the second period. Referee goes to the penalty box to find a spare puck, as that last one went out of play. Puck out to center ice. Peterson down the right side. Plays it behind the net. Humphreys in the far corner. Puck stolen by Wright. Puck played ahead for Dinez. Dinez down the left side. Attempts to cut to the middle, but it was off the skate and kept to the outside. Puck played around by Ostapik to the far side. Going on goal. Gerber will leave it on the far side. Pass in front of the net for Hatza-Theodosio. Tumber off the boards. Ostapik right back out to center ice for Tumber. Tumber inside the blue line. Waits for some help to arrive and fires it around the end boards. Puck played behind the net. And out to center ice. Once again on goal for Gerber. Gerber plays it to the far corner for Hatza-Theodosio. Out to center ice. Egan down the right side. Egan tries to fire it through the slot for Frost, who is approaching the goal, but unable to connect tape to tape. And on the counterattack, Team White around the glass. Kept it at the blue line by Skiera. Watson-Bog down the left side with some speed behind the net. Pushes the puck ahead and keeps it going along the far side. One full lap completing the offensive zone, and coming down the left side, shooting was Duguay. There was a glove save from Zommers. Might have been missing wide, but able to deflect the puck into the far corner, and it's back out to center ice. Duguay with a move, play offside, as trapped inside the offensive zone was Andrew Colley. Just about 7 minutes gone in the second period. That's a Theodosio over to the far side for Laporte, who fires it around the boards. Shot from Theodosio on goal, steered aside by Zommers, out of play for another face-off coming up to our left. Off the draw, Theodosio across the blue line. One-time attempt by Laporte. Bouncing puck. Battle on the far side. Doesn't get outside the blue line. Out in front, one-on-one battle. Whistle goes. Didn't notice what the result was. It looks like Laporte will be going to the penalty box as well as Ryan Wallace. Face-off will be on the far side in the white end. Play will remain 5-on-5. Played off the boards by Dolliver over to the far side and chipped off the glass out to center ice. Bouncing puck passed right. Right able to find the bouncing puck and play it ahead, but it was knocked down on the far side inside the blue line. Chipped over the stick of Dinez out to center ice, but it's picked off Tumber, and Dinez could be 2-on-1. Tumber unable to center the pass, but passes back to the face-off circle. Took a little bit longer than he would have liked to feed that one across the slot as Dinez was open, but the puck wouldn't cooperate with him. Bouncing puck at the far side, unable to get the shot on goal. Team Black with possession behind the net, off the boards, back to the point. Trudon plays it back down low for Tumber. Tumber tries to poke it out in front. Team White keeps it to the outside, and it's knocked to the near corner. Walking in is Duguay. Blake Egan back to the point. Shot. Knocked down in the slot. Bouncing puck over the stick of Hudon. Dolliver with a shot on goal and a save by Gerber, who smothers up the rebound to get a stoppage in play as we approach the midway point of our first game today. 10 minutes remain in the second period, and we still haven't seen our first goal yet. Couple of close calls, but some strong goaltending in the early stages of today's events. Watson Bog down the right side with some stick handling, centers it, and a shot and a save! Zommers burns aside the 2-on-1 opportunity to keep this game scoreless. Team White with a drop pass at the blue line. Gasquez plays it down low, and Duguay keeps it to the outside. Pastapic jumps up to keep it in the offensive zone. On goal, Gerber makes the save. That's a Theodosio down the right side. Unable to cut behind McGarry. Pass out to center ice, poked ahead by Gasquez. Duguay fires it up the right side, bouncing puck over the stick of Theodosio. Icing called against Team Black. Face-off will come back to our right. And then one player who's really stood out so far this morning is Ben Watson-Bog, number 11 on Team Black. Lots of speed. Not afraid to jump right up on the forecheck, and I like his stick handling. He's got good puck control with speed. Exciting player to watch for sure. Delayed offside forces Team White to touch up. Corbin Wright over to the far corner. Puck knocked back to the point on goal. Gerber makes the save, bouncing puck towards the near face-off circle. Behind the net, Laporte in a battle. Poked over to the near corner. A move on the far side of the net. All the way through center ice. Reberts curls and shoots and scores! Bryce Reberts opens the scoring. 12:20 into the second period to give Team Black a 1-0 lead. As we have some technical difficulties with our camera, as you get to have a nice look at the rafters in the Nick Smith Center as Adriana updates the score. What a rush by Bryce Reberts, going end to end and picking his spot on Zommers to give Team Black a 1-0 lead. Team White in the offensive zone looking to get that one right back, but Dinez steals the puck and plays it out to center ice. Watson Bog with a shot and a blocker saved by Zommers. Rebound in the crease and he's able to find it. Gets the whistle. Another dangerous chance for Team Black. Almost taking a 2-0 lead as that one off the blocker, bouncing rebound in the air and a mad scramble in the crease. And Team White gets the whistle, dodges a bullet, and avoids going down 2 goals. Rampton down the left side, cuts to the forehand. Or sorry, not Rampton. This isn't the Packers. This isn't the 22-23 season. Force a habit. It was Finn Barton with a nice rush for Team White, cutting from the backhand to the forehand in front of Gerber, who outweighted him, and Barton ran out of room, and another opportunity off the point shot for Team White, and Gerber makes the save and hangs on to the rebound as we approach the final 5 minutes of play in the second period. Dolliver plays it off the draw, down low. A battle along the far side. Puck played down low. Watson Bog back to pick it up. Puts on the brakes and still maintains possession, but it's finally stolen by Team White. And keeping his player along the boards in the corner is John Laporte. Laporte, with 2 players surrounding him, able to play it around the boards for Dinez, who turns and gets the puck out to the right end. Dolliver over to the far side, picked up by Ken Hurst. Puck fired the length of the ice on goal. Gerber. Dolliver is going to change his jersey here to make things not only a little bit easier for me, but for people scouting the game, trying to evaluate players. So Dolliver will now be wearing 28. Puck poked ahead by Gasquez out to center ice. Bouncing puck, not cooperating with Gasquez as Tumber down the right side, backhand shot off the rush by Marcotte on goal. Gerber out of the net. Puck came back out to center ice. Puck past Gasquez on the right side. Icing called against Team White with 3:14 left in the second period. Face off on the near side. Dinez comes in to pull the puck out of the feet of Watson-Bog and fire the shot on goal. Zommers makes the save and hangs on. Dinez tried to pull the same playoff off the draw, but down the right side is Beauregard. Beauregard in the right corner, out in front. Off of Gerber, and the deflection in the favor of Team Black on the counter-attack. Watson-Bog down the left side, cuts back and plays the puck to the point. Unable to get the shot on goal was Hudon, and trying to get past Wright on the far side, but Wright shuts down the rush by Team White. Race for the puck back into the black end. Wright catches up to it, but leaves it in the far corner, has to turn back in a hurry and chips it, and it bounces over the glass out of play with 1:52 remaining in the second. Puck fired into the near corner, and it's played around the boards by Duguay. Kept it on the far side by Humphreys. Up the left side. Egan centers it, but it was picked off by Gasquez, and Team White back on the rush. Barton down the left side, backhand pass into the slot, and a shot by Bowes on net. And Gerber makes the save. Puck through the slot to the far side, back to the point, through traffic. Gerber with a couple of saves, and another save on the rebound, and Gerber hangs on to keep Team Black. Tumber from the far side behind the net, out into the slot. Gerber jumps on top of it. It was almost a touch out of reach for him, but his momentum and the slow trickling puck worked in his favor as time expires in the second period. Now a little bit of a break before the third period. One goal in the second period for Team Black. So I did miss the one goal in the second period. It was Felix Gasquez who scored for Team White. So 1-1 the score as we start the third period. Watson Bog drops it back. Dinez with the toe drag to the right face-off circle, carries it down low out in front off a skate. Watson Bog shoots, and it deflects over the glass, out of play. Goalies for the third period for Team White is Jimmy Boyd, and for Team Black is Richard Unger. Battle off the draw. Pulled out of the pile by Hurst. Out to center ice. Gasquez carries it back into his own end and passes up for Hurst on the left side. Knocked to the ice inside the blue line was Peterson. Dinez over to the left side. Up for Laporte. Laporte shoots off the outside of the post. Tumber keeps it in on the right side and will skate it back out to center ice. Tumber across the blue line. On goal. Big save for Boyd. Pass across the defensive zone by Hudon. A nice move at the left face-off circle and a shot on goal. Boyd makes the save. That was Hunter Duguay with the shot on net for Team Black. Team Black wins the face-off on the far side. Reberts passed off for Hudon. Puck played down low. Knocked ahead. Team White out to center ice. Floating pass. Back for Hudon to pick up behind Unger. Reberts off the back side of the net to himself and tried to pass it up the left side. Out of the reach. Reberts catches up to it. Bouncing puck. Finds its way to Duguay. Duguay. Or Breakegan. In the Team Black end with some stick handling. Was unable to get past Bose. Puck stolen by Colley. Colley cuts in, stripped of the puck, and back out on the counterattack is Humphreys. Humphreys plays it back into the face-off circle, into the slot, broken up, and Team Black down the right side. Knocked to the ice was Caden Frost. Going for a skate is Skiera. Passes up. That's a Theodosio behind the black net. Up the right side with some speed. That's a Theodosio into the corner on the back end. Pass back to the point. Walking down the left side. Shot on goal. Turned aside by Boyd. Pass back to the point for Hatza Theodosio. Skiera behind the white net. Cuts out in front. Saucer pass. Too high for Osipenko to knock down. But they was able to skate into it. And Team White with an opportunity off the rush out in front. Frost fires at the length of the ice. Icing called against Team Black. 4:36 into the third period. Off the draw, pass back to the right point. Dolliver drops it down low. Barton from the left face-off circle, turned aside, and it's off the boards out to center ice. Watson Bog carries it back into the black end. Plays it over to the left side. And up over the blue line is Hudon. On goal, turned aside by Boyd. And Dolliver just passes it towards Boyd, who will hang on. As we're past the 5-minute mark of the third period. Boyd spent last season with both the RSL Kings U16 AA and the Brockville Braves U18 AAA. 15 games for RSL with a 7-7-1 record for Boyd. Team Black gets the cycle going in the offensive zone. Duguay down low for Tumber. Tumber cuts back on the backhand. Tumber back for Hatza-Theodosio off his right skate. And plays it down low to the right side at the hash marks. Hatza-Theodosio off the end boards. Tumber able to find the puck and pass back. Hatza-Theodosio walks into the middle, unable to pull the trigger as Team White closed in around him and took away his time and space. In the near corner, Beauregard plays it around the boards to the far side, but it's stolen. Tumber plays it back down to the left face-off circle. Duguay back to the point. Plays it down low for Egan. Egan on the forehand. Takes a poke and passes to the left face-off circle. Looking for the deflection, and they score! Deflection off of Hatza-Theodosio, streaking towards the net, and it goes top shelf, and Team Black is back on top with 12:50 left in the third. Great forecheck by Team Black. Lots of cycling and offensive zone time in that sequence leading up to the goal. Off the draw, Duguay. For right. Some open ice on the far side for Osipenko. Duguay carries it through center ice over the blue line. Around the end boards. Colley behind the net. Pass ahead for Marcotte. Marcotte stick handling through center ice over the blue line. Pass into the near corner for Osipenko out in front. Opportunity on goal and turned aside by Unger, who hangs on. Unger hasn't seen too much of the puck so far, but a nice save there, able to hang on. Spent the 2022-23 season with NCHA U16, playing in 12 games. Unger, only 15 years of age, the youngest of the goalies you'll see in action today. Team Black down the left side. Shot hits the outside of the net. Pass through center ice. Picked off. Laporte patiently works the break out of his own end. Over the blue line is Frost. Frost plays it down to the far hash marks, and it's a turnover off Bow's skate, and he is able to make the pass to the right side. Bow's in the far corner, plays it behind the net. Frost over to the far corner, race for the puck. Stretch pass up the left side, out of the reach. And the face-off will come back down to the Black end off the icing call as we approach the midway point of the third. Face-off win for Team White, and it's played down low by McGarry. Puck bouncing in the slot, and it's a left kick save by Unger. Reberts down the left side. Passes across the ice. Watzenbog down low. Keeps the play alive off the boards, back down low for Reberts. Reberts carries it back to the point, into the slot on the backhand, knocked off his stick, and passed Hudon back out to center ice. Reberts over the blue line, puck knocked away from Reberts. Watzenbog passes back for Hudon. Hudon over to the far side, gets the return feed, and a interception nearly for Spencer Ball's play offside as McGarry carried it over the blue line. Laporte in the black end. Plays it past the stick of Gasquez. And a collision at the far face-off circle. Puck laying in the slot, and back to pick it up was Tumber. Gasquez has the puck bounce over a stick in the corner, tied up along the boards, out to the left face-off circle, and played back to the point. But Sciarra was in too deep in the offensive zone. Sciarra now with the puck back in his possession. Over the blue line, bouncing puck, knocked off the puck at the near face-off circle to the ice. And Team Black plays it back to the blue line, but it was kept in momentarily. Puck knocked back towards the near boards. 7:40 left in the third as Team White, trailing 2-1, looks to even the score. Bouncing puck inside the blue line. Opportunity on goal. Blocker saved by Unger. Bouncing puck knocked behind the net. Wallace played it on goal, and Team Black had a very difficult time settling down that play. Laporte fires it in and will go off on a change. Pass through the defensive zone for Team White. Up the right side over the blue line. An opportunity cutting towards the slot. Shot from the right face-off circle on goal. Off the stick of Hurst. And Unger makes the save. No rebound. And the face-off will be in the black end with 6:50 left to play. Some stick handling at the right point. Shot on goal from Dolliver, turned aside by Unger. Dolliver off the draw. Looks to play it high through the slot. Bounced off the glass behind the net to the near corner. Bouncing puck out towards the blue line. Knocked ahead by Colley. Colley racing after it on the back end of the forehand of the backhand, and unable to tuck it home as it was off his stick at the last moment. Would have been a beautiful goal. Still gets the shot on goal with the second effort, and coming back to help out Boyd was Ken Hurst, making sure the puck didn't trickle between his legs on net. A nice rush by Colley. On the far side, Marcotte plays it to himself, out to center ice. It'd be a one-on-one opportunity. McGarry cuts back and plays it off to the right side. Marcotte out in front, puck lying in the crease. Unger comes across. Jam play attempt from behind the goal line. And the puck now along the near boards in the black end. Marcotte back towards the point, unable to find McGarry, kept in by Humphreys. Humphreys bouncing puck over the stick of Marcotte. And Team Black just able to clear the zone, but it's played back in by Humphreys. Humphreys keeps on poking it deeper and deeper into the end, but knocked off the puck by Corbin right behind the net. Point shot deflected on goal towards the goal line, and it's a goal! Just barely over the goal line with 4:25 left to play, and Team White evens the score. Ryan Humphreys will lead his way to the white bench in the high five line, and we have a tie game in the late stages of the third period. Off the draw. Sierra up the right side. Duguay shades back into the Team Black end. Pass off for Watson-Bog. Watson-Bog will look to streak up the left side, but it's stripped off his stick by Bose. Out to center ice. Tries to find Latour. Latour into the right corner. Pass back to the point. Across the zone. Into the slot. Bose out in front of the net to the backhand. Opportunity for Latour. Turned aside by Unger with 3:25 remaining. Off the face-off. Watson-Bog turns on the brakes, and it's impossible to not be impressed with his skating. One of the most noticeable aspects of the first game this morning has been Watson-Bog's speed and his edge work. Out to center ice, Sierra. Down the left side, puck knocked away by Hatzitheodosio, but a recovery for Team White out in front of the net. Off a leg, pulling it out of the pile is Osipenko. Osipenko loses control, and Team Black will look to skate it out. And they do make their way out to center ice. Hatzitheodosio ahead of the play at the blue line, offside called with 2:14 left to play. Face-off, battle off the draw on the far side, bouncing puck at center ice, and Hurst takes a hit but gets the puck deep. Team Black in the near corner, 1:40 left to play. Right in front of Unger, through the crease to the near side, and it's up to center ice. Frost played it through center ice, shot from the left side on goal. Boyd makes a save and hangs on. Have to keep an eye on the time here as it is running time. Team left to play. Face-off won by Team White. Off the boards out to center ice. Knocked ahead. Inside the blue line. Back out to center ice. Dolliver drops it off. Barton in the offensive zone, stripped of the puck, bouncing puck. And Team Black will play it over to the near side. Right. Tried to find Egan for a potential breakaway, but didn't connect on the pass. Dolliver up the right side. 37 seconds remain now. Team White looks to gain the offensive zone. Dolliver knocked off the puck on the far side by Colley. Shot turned aside by Unger. 23 seconds left. It's 1-on-2. Colley down the right side. Carries it down low behind the net. Colley out in front. Poked away by Boyd. Puck in the near corner with 12 seconds left. Battle in the far corner. 2-on-2. The puck won't come loose, and the final few seconds will tick off the clock. And things wind up after 60 minutes, a 2-2 tie between Team White and Team Black. As it's just the prospect camp today, there will be no overtime. The game will end in a draw. And an exciting 60 minutes of action. We see some nice goaltending and a late goal for Team White to tie things up. By Ryan Humphreys, the hero for Team White, to even the score. And they're asking Dustin if they want to do a shootout. Before we wrap things up. We're a little bit ahead of schedule as this game was scheduled for 10:30 to 12, and it's only 11:45, so we might have a little bit of fun here before we wrap things up. Spencer Bowles will open things up. Cuts the backhand and turned aside. Duguay for Team Black picks it up. Comes in on the forehand, shoots and misses the right post. I believe it's still Boyd and Unger in net for the shootout. Ryan Wallace down the right side goes wide and shoots and scores! Ryan Wallace with a goal. Firing at far side. Reberts for Team Black scored a goal in the first period. Cuts to the forehand and just misses the far post. Felix Gazquez. Next shooter for Team White. Down the right side. Goes forehand, and it's a save for Unger as Gazquez didn't get enough mustard on that Turkey Bacon Club. Dinez for Team Black. First shooter to go down the left side. Goes to the forehand and had the open net but couldn't slide it home. Ryan Marcotte right down the middle. Loses control and Unger pokes it away. Watson-Bog down the right side. He's a left shot. Shoots and scores. Goal for Team Black. Watson-Bog picked his spot nicely on that one. Now for Team White. Osipenko to the forehand. And it was just out of his reach. He made a good move. But Unger came out of the crease and collided with Osipenko, preventing him from catching up and sliding that one home. Hatza now down the left side. Goes to the backhand. And Boyd makes the save. Cameron McGarry for Team White. Down the right side. Tried to go high glove side. Unger able to make the save and deflect that one past the net. Blake Egan. Slowly down the left side. On the forehand. Walks in. Cuts to the forehand and slides it home. Outweights Boyd. Maybe a little bit of backwards momentum on that one. Finn Barton down the left side. Cuts to the forehand. unable to elevate it over top of the left pad and stretched out glove of Unger. Nice save for Unger. Jaden Frost, the next shooter, coming all the way through the center. Left-handed shot to the backhand, slides it through the crease. Boyd lost his glove colliding with Frost, but still Frost unable to put the puck in the open net. Ryan Humphreys has scored late in the third period on the forehand and unable to outweight Unger right out of the room, and Unger makes the right pad save. John Laporte for Team Black down the right side. Walks in, cuts to the forehand, and he scores! Open net. The classic fake shot and walk around. Boyd with the 4x6 to shoot at. Ostapik, forehand, 5-hand shot, and he scores! Tumber, the next shooter for Team Black. Down the right side. Tumber, stick handles through the 5-hole! I don't know if that was what he was going for, but he unintentionally pulled off the Evgeny Kuznetsov. A little wave of the stick and the puck trickles through the 5-hole and past Boyd. Skiera in now, shoots, and it's a save by Unger. Colley curls back and picks up the puck, going down the middle. Couple of stick handles to the backhand and misses the left post. Dolliver down the right side, walks in with some stick handling, a fancy move, but unable to get a solid shot off. Unger makes the save as the puck just hits him. And now for Team Black, Christopher Houdon down the middle, a left shot, shoots, trying to go glove side, but Boyd makes the save. And just a couple players left to shoot. Hunter Beauregard for Team White. Over the blue line, walks in with the right-handed shot, goes forehand through the 5-hole, and he scores! Unger just about got enough of that one, but it trickled behind him into the back of the net. Hatsa Theodosio. Oh no, number 15. Corbin Wright. Right-handed shot. Fanned on the shot and missed on the far side. Gets into it with Boyd afterwards. Just some friendly banter. Hayden Latour tries to curl and drag and go back against the grain, but it's a right toe save from Unger, keeping that one out. Ken Hurst down the middle with the left-handed shot. Shoots and Boyd makes the save. Nathan Peterson through the middle. Cuts to the forehand and slides it home. That seems to be the go-to move, as there may have been 7 or 8 goals scored in the shootout, and probably 75% of them were with that move. Good old reliable. Now that will do it for our first stream of the day between Team White and Team Black. A 2-2 final score with a little bit of extra fun with the shootout afterwards. So thank you for tuning in to our first stream on RA Sports Network. If you haven't already, hit the bell, and subscribe to our channel. We're excited with today being the first day for our streaming as we launched the YouTube channel. And check out our website as well as all of our social medias. And we have another 3 streams today. And the next stream of the day. Lunch will be between 12 and 1:30, and we will be back with our second stream of the day at 2 o'clock as it's Team Black versus Team Green will be our next stream here. So keep an eye out for the link to that game on the RASN Facebook page, and we will be live at 2 on the RASN YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. For Ryan Woods and Adriana Wong, we will be back this afternoon with our next game.